And the concern over the economic impact on Florida stretches all the way to Capitol Hill, where Florida Republican Senator Marco Rubio joins us now. Senator Rubio, good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning.
In 2009 alone, NASA spent $2 billion in your state of Florida. We're seeing that the loss of the shuttle program is having a huge impact, like we just saw in Kelly's piece right there. What can be done to minimize the effect? What do you tell the people of a place like Titusville to say, hang in there?
Well, first of all, Kelly's piece, I think, accurately outlines the impact that it has locally in Florida. NASA and the Space Shuttle program is critically important for my state, but it's also important for the country. I mean, there's a national security component to the space program. There's all kinds of economic and commercial applications that are developed in space. So I think that the impact of it is going to be felt ultimately across the country, including in Texas and other parts of the country where there are contractors. And here's what I tell people back home that have been displaced by this, and that is the sooner we can get a replacement program in place, the better. And that's what we're focused on, because right now we don't have anything to replace the shuttle, and that's why these folks are hurting.
Well, and you've written that manned space flight is vital to U.S. interests. How big a concern is this for you, the fact that there is no next step right now, at least?
I think we should all be concerned, because from now on we're going to have to pay the Russians $50 million an astronaut to send Americans to the space station. And we have no plans to have anything in place to replace the shuttle anytime before 2016. You know, for Washington to be ashamed that it took so long to deal with this and that something's not in place. But it's important for America moving forward, because other countries, China, India, are investing heavily in their space programs. We cannot afford, as Americans, to lose space supremacy. You
know, earlier on in this broadcast, we talked about Richard Branson and Virgin Galactic. Are private companies, is that the next best option for U.S. manned space flight at this stage?
Well, I think they're going to have a role, especially in low orbit, you know, but in terms of the outstretch, the real big gains in terms of going places we haven't been before, that's going to have to be a function of NASA. And look, the commercial aspects that you've outlined, that's going to absorb some of these losses, and I think that's a positive development. It's something we should encourage. Yeah. But in terms of really reaching out there and doing things we haven't done before, that's still going to fall on NASA, and rightfully so.
I want to ask you one quick question here about the debt ceiling. The president, they're talking about a massive $4 trillion cut to the deficit. We've reported this morning that the Democrats have agreed to cut into some entitlements. Republicans have agreed to closing some loopholes. Representative Cantor was on the program with us this morning. Do you feel that a deal is now imminent with these new plans on the table?
Yeah, I don't know about imminent. I don't want to exaggerate, but I'm hopeful that there's being progress. But ultimately, the outlines of a deal have to involve the control of spending and a growth in the economy. And I think one of the ways we can help grow our economy is through tax reform. Not tax increases, but there are things in the tax code that are broken and wrong and don't make any sense. Let's reform those things, and let's flatten the tax code so that it's fair and lower for everybody. That'll help our economy grow. That'll create more taxpayers. Yep. That'll generate more revenue that we can use to pay down the debt.
Senator Rubio, thank you very much for taking the time and speaking with us this morning. We appreciate it.